Stability is improved compared to V2, which was already improved compared to V1, and this to me Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex, and in today's video we are reviewing / comparing two brand new shoes from Asics, the Novablast 3 that you have right here and the Novablast 3 Trail that you have here. These two shoes were sent to us by Top for Running. Thank you very much, Top for Running, for sending them. If you want to help us, you can use code META, M-E-T-A, on topforrunning.com across the EU, no matter the country you live in. Well, except I think Malta and Cyprus, to be honest. But the rest of the countries are covered. And let's go into the review. Two different shoes. Why? Because one of them has a trail-specific outsole. That's it. That's the main difference. We can get rid of one of them. Kidding, but not kidding, because they're so similar. 264 grams for the non-trail version. The regular version, let's call it 288 for the trail version. The Outsole Plus outsole comes at 27 and a half. Same number for the two on the durometer scale. Width of the platform is the same for the two shoes and doesn't change much compared to Novablast 2, to be honest. Last but not least, drop 8 millimeters, 31 in the heel, 23 in the forefoot. Same specs mainly for the two shoes, 150 euros, which we'll come back to, but is a crazy good price. Upper, we're looking at that engineered mesh with a super nice tongue, and especially that feature which I love. I don't know if you can see it well here, but the cutout in the tongue, allowing really nicely the tongue to sit on your foot and your front ligament joint to insert in that cutout. Super nice, and the tongue overall, I'm really pleased with it. Semi-gusseted tongue. You really have a nice wrapping in the midfoot. Generous room in the forefoot, I would say. The heel pocket could be improved. I think it's a bit too wide for me, and I don't have a very wide heel, so it's a bit floating. That's how I would call it. But overall, the upper is super nice, super comfortable. Novablast 2 was one of the most comfortable uppers last year. And Novablast 3, again, is up there with the most comfortable uppers for this year. So super good job, Asics. The laces are a bit different between the two shoes, but other than that, the uppers are almost identical. And therefore, you know, we're covering the two shoes here with the upper section. As you can see, the heel counter is really stout, and the insole is removable for those of you putting their own orthotics in them. Let's go to the plat de résistance, the main part of this review, the Outsole Midsole. It's absolutely fantastic. It was already fantastic on Novablast 2, and I had my Novablast 2 period last year in my own shoe rotation. 100%, I used it quite a lot. And I think this one, because they're so similar, we'll come back to that, but will be in my rotation again this year for that early fall period of the year. How to describe it? Very on the soft side, of course, very dampening, so you have that nice feeling of compressing and absorbing the shock. I think absorbing the shock is really what I feel most with this shoe, and really that feeling of the absorption doesn't necessarily return much energy, but helps you propel forwards, and sort of, you know, the shock absorbed transforms into a forward motion, and the idea that you get a bit of bounce, a bit of, yes, maybe a bit of energy return, but mostly that dampening feel with this shoe. Something very, very pleasant on the legs. Leg saving, 100%, so great job here. Stability is improved compared to V2, which was already improved compared to V1, and this to me is almost something that even mild and moderate pronators could use without much issues. So good job here, Asics, making that shoe a bit less wild, a bit less crazy. I know some of you will regret that, but more stable, 100%. Does that also come from that central groove, which looks, I think, a bit more deep compared to V2? That's absolutely possible, I don't know, but it may help. I think it's also, to be honest, the density of the foam here on the lateral and medial side of the shoe which help with that. How can I use it? How can you use it? Everything except maybe faster intervals, but everything from recovery to tempo works. For me, this is a recovery shoe because it's really leg saving, and I don't like to have something too soft for my up-tempo paces, but this is really a recovery shoe. Outsole, not easy to say, Ahar Plus outsole compound here on the two shoes. The trail version has some logs, if you can call it logs. I don't know if you can see them compared to this, but nothing really deep, nothing really different. Of course, you have a bit more thickness on the outsole here. I'm not sure it's a big difference when it gets to very muddy technical trails. This, for me, is a shoe for gravel, packed trails, light stuff, nothing too technical. And if you're mixing a bit of trails, a bit of park runs, a bit of roads, this can be your go-to shoe. The 20-gram difference won't make much of a difference in the end. Honestly, you can pick any of the two. If there's a colorway of the trail version you like and you don't go on the trails but you want that colorway so badly, go for the trail one, and vice versa. The ride of the two shoes are really similar. The midsole maybe is expressing itself a little bit less, but that's just like a tiny little bit less on this one because of the thicker outsole, basically. Other than that, everything is very similar, and for the €150, $150 price point, this is really a banger. A super good shoe, super good value for money. I would put it up there with the shoes like Endorphin Speed 3, different rides, and it's not about comparing the shoes, but in terms of value for money, it's up there. Very good job, Asics. Let's put here on the screen somewhere Novablast 2, the review we did last year. It's getting windier and windier here outside on my terrace. I will go inside, do the rest of the videos for today inside, I think. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.